Hi, Precious, and welcome.
Yeah, hello, Onai. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. So, today we're going to be exploring what Beyond the Legacy Collective does. So, we're going
All
to
right.
be diving a little bit deeper. So, I'm excited to learn more about the organization and the offering that you have on your books. But before
Absolutely.
we do that, let's firstly start by introducing yourself, your first and last name, and anything else you'd like us to know.
I'll be glad to. My name is Precious Asmah. I come from Ghana. I'm a local of Ghana, but currently I'm a citizen of Canada. I live in Calgary. I am a full-time real estate investor and a serial entrepreneur. If we were to talk about some of the businesses that I've established a construction company, property management, development, and also different businesses as well in Dubai with family.
Okay, that sounds amazing.
Amazing.
So here's what we're going to do. I want short answers only. So I'm going to be asking you then just short one word answers
All right.
preferably, or you can give a little background. I'll let that slide.
All right.
So here we go. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Takoradi in Ghana.
Do you have any nicknames?
Now, this is one of those ones you're gonna have to allow me to go like two sentences
Okay.
because when I was growing up, I had a really bad haircut, and that was because my mom did this for me. So when I was in school, this was secondary school, primary school. They used to call me child abuse just because of how bad my haircut was. However, right now, I some of the nicknames that I've used is cheesy goodness, just because I'm sweet and quite cheesy sometimes.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's your best childhood memory?
Best childhood memory. It is when I finally decided to learn how to play a guitar and just playing at a church convention. It was incredible. It was so much fun. It is so exciting to stand there and be able to give music and joy to others.
And how old were you?
I was around 12. I would say 12.
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
12.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
And vacation preference, beach or city?
Oh, beach for sure. Yes.
Favorite sports team?
All right. So sport. It's football. I'm not gonna say soccer because that might actually get some people riled up. So I'm gonna say football. And it was Manchester United. And I remember playing, not playing, but watching with my dad because he was a huge Chelsea fan. I can't remember what year it was, but Chelsea and Manchester United went to the finals. And this was an incredible time when me and my dad were just going head to head on. I believe Manchester United won.
Oh,
So
wow.
they were my
Sorry.
they were my favorite team since I was young, and I still love them.
Okay, and what's your favorite quote?
My favorite quote is it's from the book The Go Giver, and it talks about how you have to give everyone what it is that they need, and automatically what it is that you need will come to you. So essentially, just always put others' interest before you.
So I'm curious to know what's the first thing you ever invested in?
The first thing I ever invested in, gotta give me a second on that. All right, the first thing I invested in was actually real estate.
Okay.
Yes.
And what kind of real estate was it?
This was a triplex. It was a 3 unit apartment.
In Canada?
It was in Canada.
Okay. Your
Yes.
favorite book or podcast? You can choose one or the other.
Favorite book, The Go Giver. Hands down, one of the best books I've ever read. And yes, Bob Berg. And it is the book that pretty much provides me my values and principles in business to work with integrity, honesty, and putting others' interests before yours.
Awesome. And the
Yes.
last question in our rapid fire is finish the sentence. So wealth is.
Wealth is a mindset. It I look at it this way. You take a square. In that square, there are four elements to it. There's your physical, there's your mental, there's your spiritual, and there's emotional. When everyone actually thinks of wealth, they focus too much uh, on the mental, which is actually your financial part. And so you have sort of a skewed square when you look at it that way because there's no balance to it. So wealth as a mindset is actually focusing on all four elements to create what that balance. So the spiritual aspect of it is not just religious, but it is given, right? You get to a point in your life when you realize that giving is actually one of the greatest ways to be able to serve. So there's the spiritual, there's the physical, there's taking care of your health and yourself, right? There's the mental, which is everything with your mind, financial, and there's the emotional intelligence. And so that's what I believe wealth is. It's a mindset.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's get more into the weeds of what Beyond the Legacy Collective does. So
All
tell
right.
me, what do you offer?
What do we offer?
Mm-hmm.
We offer simply high yield investment opportunities to individuals, and whether it's in the asset class of real estate or the asset class of, I'll say, paper investment, but specifically it's kind of going into the world of stock investing. So we offer high yield investment to individuals.
And how does that work? Can you break it down like in layman terms?
In a layman's term, all right, in a layman's term, it is you're giving us money,
Mm-hmm.
we're doing all the work, you're getting your returns back. Okay.
Okay.
So if you were to look at it this way, when it comes to investing, a lot of people have what they have. So take a property. If you had $50,000 by yourself, you can be able to buy one property. If you know what you're doing, be able to invest with it, make money out of it. All right. However, if you are to actually collaborate with others, right, now you have the ability to be able to scale up. So instead of investing in one project, you could invest into multiple projects,
Mm-hmm.
or you can actually do a bigger project. And so what we do simply is we bring individuals together to
Okay.
collaborate. And it is based off of what it is that you're comfortable with, because everyone has what they can tolerate, right? In the world of investing and in the world of doing all of this fun stuff, there's so much more to it. And so it's important for us as well to be able to have that conversation with the investors to figure out, where is it that you lay? Are you, high tolerance, low
Mm-hmm.
tolerance? And we can be able to look at how you are and decide on some of the things that would be better for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how does this, like, what makes this model different from traditional approaches to wealth?
The major difference that I would say when it comes to what we do is that we're not just focused on the financial side of it. We are also incorporating the values that we have into the investing that we do. And so having that integrity is important. Being transparent is important. The other aspect as well that I would say when it comes to what we do different is we do not like to have lazy money. Okay? What is
Explain lazy money.
exactly? So lazy money is if right now, let's say for yourself, you had some cash and you were waiting for the right opportunity,
Mm.
you have lazy money because that money is doing absolutely nothing. Okay. So the reason why we actually like to look into investing in different models is because for real estate, we understand what it is that it provides. Real estate provides an opportunity for growth, which we call equity. However, if you look at the other side of things, when we're talking about the stock market, etc., that is more focused on cash flow. So that's money you can make today. And so when we're doing what we do, it is we want to eliminate that. Where when we're looking for an incredible real estate opportunity, it takes time. It could take months before you can actually find a really good opportunity. We want to eliminate having to pick projects that are not great because we have money that are just sitting doing nothing. And so that's where we move money to invest into other asset classes while we are looking for great projects to do. And so that's a little bit of something that we do differently. Yes.
And how do you ensure financial transparency and build trust with your investors?
All about transparency. It is all about being able to show them, hey, this is what we're doing. This is what is coming out at the end of the month. We You always do a projection when you are doing anything with investing in real estate or stock market. We do projections. So it is, this is what we believe that we are going to project to make. And then as time goes on, you want to be able to provide them information, whether it's not newsletters per se,
Yeah.
but usually emails and calls, to be able to just let them know, hey, this is how the projects are going. Because we are a smaller company as well, we have that ability to be able to provide that one-on-one conversation. We educate the new investors. So for someone that doesn't know the terms, doesn't know what to look for, we have that conversation with them to educate them on, this is what you should expect. These are the terms. This is what might happen. And I think that is important for clients that are coming in to be able to feel comfortable to invest with us, because now they're getting educated on what it is that they're invested in.
So, Precious, tell me, how do you address skepticism, or what I'd like to call doubting Thomases, of people, you have a conversation with, and they're mostly thinking about the legitimacy of
Yeah.
the opportunity? How do you address that?
First of all, I acknowledge it. I acknowledge it because everyone's experience is different. There are people that have invested before and unfortunately have lost money, or have been, looking for the right word
Mm-hmm.
here, I don't want to say screwed over, but
Mm-hmm.
for a lack of a better word,
Yep.
I would say they have been screwed over. So for people like that, again, it is very important to be able to do the due diligence, right? Due diligence in our business is, you have to first of all understand what it is that you're investing in.
Mm-hmm.
You need to know what are the elements that are part of it. You don't have to know all the details and be a
Mm-hmm.
finance. No, you need to understand what it is that you're investing in, whether you feel good about that. So whether it is that you want to invest in real estate or you want to invest in, you have to know about it, understand how it works. Doing your due diligence is important. The second part is, who is it that is doing the work? So as beyond the legacy collective, as a company, you need to know a little bit more about us. Who are the owners of the company, right? That is also a part of it. Myself, as I have been investing in real estate for over 5 years,
Mm-hmm.
I have the references and the referrals to be able to show, so if there is someone who had a bit of a doubt, they can be able to connect with all the partners that I've done project with, all the projects that we've done, right? The due diligence is important. That's one aspect of it, or the second. And then the third part is, how do you even feel about the person?
Mm-hmm.
When you sit to have a conversation, do you feel good about the person? What's your gut telling you? Because there's one thing about a deal being really good, because those are numbers. There are certain elements to a deal that we call factors you can't control. So you could buy a building, and then there might be a huge storm, and then that's
Or a
gone.
fire in
Or a
Alberta.
fire. Exactly. That's something an investor cannot control. However, the question is, how does that investor continue to take on that project? So you have to be able to see the person that is going to be managing the project. What do you think about them? Do you think that is someone that can follow through even in difficult times? Because good times, everyone can be an investor. It's the bad times
Yeah.
that determines who a great investor is. And so there isn't really a calculation to, you know, people that have doubts. It is essentially being who you are, and I say this, just be as honest as you can, be transparent. That is what we project to people that are have a bit of a doubt,
Okay.
and they're wondering whether it's legitimate or not. you have to do your research to understand what it is.
That's true.
Yeah.
So tell me, as we wrap up, what's the vision for Beyond the Legacy Collective for the next 5 years? Where do you guys see yourselves?
Oh, we want to be able to have a bigger name in the industry. What it is that our vision is of course we want to help people that do not have access to all these opportunity. We want to bring them in for them to have more access to this. So the vision will of course be to help people gain access to these opportunities. And I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say this, but one of the things that we are working on to get to is to offer other young entrepreneurs that are starting to get into business and to offer them the financial means to be able to start their businesses as well. So that's a part of the vision on where we want to be. Right now, it is growing the company, and then when we get to a certain threshold, that would allow us to be able to support other young entrepreneurs as well to get into business.
And what sort of impact are you looking to leave or to make?
Well, we want to be able to help families build a legacy, right? And that is, again, it's not just financial, but it's all about freedom. So for someone to think that they have the ability now to be free, and I sit here proudly saying that I have that freedom that I worked for, right? To be able to go wherever I am. I've been blessed to be able to do whatever it is that I need to do. We want to be able to leave that legacy to others as well, where they can do the same, so they can also experience freedom.
Precious, before
Yes.
I let you go, anything else you'd like to add? Anything burning you'd like to share regarding
No,
the opportunity or nothing?
nothing that I have at the moment.
Well, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you for having me.
You're
Appreciate it.
welcome.